Hey guys, how's it going? It's Baggins here, and today I've got a few tips and methods that you can use to improve your aim and tracking in Overwatch. So the first thing that I do when I log into Overwatch in the day is I generally start a custom game, and I put 2 Lucio bots on the enemy team and set them to a hard difficulty, and I give myself 1 Lucio bot, also on a hard difficulty. And then I go down to the bottom of the settings page, and I bump the health modifier up to 300%, the healing modifier up to 200%, I bring the respawn down to 25%, and I also put the ability modifier up to 200%. And what this is going to do is when you get in game, you'll have 2 enemy Lucios on the team. I suggest you pick a map like Nepal or Lijiang. Those are, I find, pretty good for me. And yeah, you just basically keep your crosshair on the Lucio and try and kill one. I find that if you do this for about, I don't know, a half hour each day if you can, then you will see some improvement in your tracking just by keeping the crosshair solidly locked in the Lucio and trying to kill him as fast as possible. And then kill the other one before the respawn timer brings him back. I find the best use for this game mode is with Soldier and Tracer. You could do it with something like McCree or Zarya, but Hitscan heroes with Burst Fire, like the 2 that I mentioned, is generally a pretty good game mode to practice your tracking with them. Now the second method that a few more of you might have heard of basically keeps the same settings, but you swap the Lucio bots to hard Ana bots. And you change headshots only down at the bottom to on. Now this game mode can work for tracking as well, just like with the Lucio bots, but it's also good for more precise aiming on hitscan characters like Widowmaker and McCree. With these game modes, make sure to keep an eye on your accuracy at the end of each round, and aim to try and improve the number by 1 or 2% each time you play. One thing to mention, if you are playing Widowmaker or McCree, you could go ahead and probably add a few more Anabots in, as if your aim is pretty good, then you'll probably kill them faster than they can respawn, and you'll find yourself sitting around waiting for them to respawn for quite a long period of time. Now the last trick we have, whilst isn't directly related to aiming, it is relevant to the meta, and hopefully we'll be going out of the game soon, but for now I think it's worth showing you guys. Basically you take the same Ana setup, but you put all the settings back to the default 100%, but you lower your ability cooldown modifier to 0% so you can spam your abilities. Stick headshots only back on, and you're ready to go. Right now there's a mechanic in the game where if Roadhog hooks certain targets like Ana, Hanzo, and Mei, they're just a little bit too far out of his range for him to one-shot them with his left click, and you have to do this sort of little technique where you turn to the right, step to the side, and then look back at the character you've hooked just as you're pulling them in. Basically, this game mode will allow you to perfect that technique where you can spam your hook on Ana and keep trying until you get it right. So you hook her, turn to the side, take a step, look back at her when she's finished coming into you, and then left click and try and master it with the headshot to her. Like I say guys, this is probably going out of the meta soon as Roadhog's hook is finally getting fixed. But for now, if you want to practice your Roadhog hooks, then this is a pretty good way to do it. Outside of these game modes, guys, you do have, of course, the usual ways that you can improve by just playing quick play, competitive, and the game in general. But these game modes basically allow you to focus solely on your aiming and your tracking without worrying about anything else. Because of the headshots only, and because of the Lucios with the high health pool, you don't really have to worry about dying too much or being out of position, and you can focus purely on getting your tracking and your mechanics down when it comes to aim. One other thing that's worth mentioning, although I'm pretty sure you guys will all know about it, is the practice range, the training range, where you can just go in and shoot some bots. Now, I'm not a super big fan of using these bots because the hitboxes on them are pretty huge. It's not really accurate of like if you were shooting an ordinary hero. But again, it's each to his own. Anyway guys, that about does it for this video. Leave a like if you found it useful. If you've got any comments or like tips on how you've personally improved your aim and what sort of methods you use, I'd love to hear it down below guys. Make sure to subscribe so you can find out when my new videos are coming out. And as always guys, thanks for watching.